Hello and welcome to a new lesson for English learners in grade 8. My name is Sanja Boženović and I will be your English teacher today. Our today's lesson is writing a film review. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to write your own film review. For this lesson, you need a pencil and a notebook. You will need your tablet, laptop or a mobile phone with the internet connection, and you will need a QR code scanner. If you're ready, let's begin our today's lesson. We will start with a question, and you will need your notebook to write your answers. The question is, what makes a good film recommendation? Let's imagine you have seen a good film and you would like to recommend that film to your friends. What would make a good film recommendation? I will offer a list of words to you. You will copy the words into your notebook and decide what makes a good film recommendation. Let's see. Is it a trailer of the film? A spoiler? Maybe a plot summary? A quotation? The soundtrack of the film? Or your personal opinion? If you're working on this lesson in front of the computer, you can pause this video and you can copy the words into your notebook and decide what you need in your film recommendation. How many of these words do you already know? Copy the words. We will get to them later in the lesson. What background information do you usually want to know about the film? What background information do you need if you want to recommend a film to a friend? Pause this video and write your thoughts into your notebook. I hope you have these words in your notebook. The title of the film, that's the kind of information you need about a film. The genre of the film. The name of the director. The name of the main actor or the main actress. And the star rating for the film. The first step towards writing your own film review is revising the vocabulary that you need for writing. Here is a list of words, all related to films. Let's see how many of these words you can use correctly. If you're working on this lesson in front of your computer, you can pause the video and copy this link that you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, bit.ly/film08, into your browser, and you will access the exercise on WordWall so that you can do it as many times as you need, and you can stop and copy the vocabulary into your notebook. Let's see which words we have here. Set, plot, genre, director, cast, trailer, scene, soundtrack, recommendation, and performance. These are the words that you have to match with their definitions. Here they are. The genre of the film is the category. The scene is a part of a film. The set is scenery and the props all together arranged for shooting a film. The plot is what happens, the story. The director is the person who is in charge of the film. Trailer is a preview of a new film. A recommendation is suggestion that something is good or not good. The soundtrack is the music, usually the sounds in the film. The cast, all the people, the actors, the actresses in the film, and the performance is the act of presenting a character in a film. You can stop this video and copy the words and the definitions into your notebook. To describe the film and to say what you think about it, you'll also need a list of adjectives. Here is a list of 10 adjectives. And if you think you are not sure that you know all these adjectives, that you know how to write, how to pronounce, how to use them, you can practice. Here is an exercise on word wall again, and you can copy this link into your browser and you can practice writing these adjectives. And if you think you know them all, you can just listen and repeat after me, and you can copy them into your notebook because you will need them for later. Amazing, brilliant, cute, fantastic, funny, impressive, mean, mysterious, nail-biting, terrible. These are 10 adjectives that you can use when you describe characters, scenes, the plot, the soundtrack, your opinion about the film, and so on. How many adjectives to describe a film or to say what you think about the film can you add to this list? You can stop this video again and you can add some adjectives to your list into your notebook. When we write about a film, what do we write about? Think and write your thoughts into your notebook. What do we write when we say we are writing a film review, we are writing about a film? Yes, we have to write the basic information about the film. I mentioned before that we need the title of the film, that we need to know what genre it is, the name of the director. That's the basic information. What else do we need? We need to involve the reader. Why would anyone read our film recommendation, our film review? We need to start our writing, our text in an interesting way to involve the reader, to make somebody want to read what we have written. Then we have to retell some interesting bits, something interesting from the story in the film. Not too much, because our aim is not to spoil the film for the person. Then we have to include some information about music, about special effects, about actors, about something that we liked in the film. And then finally we express our opinion and we help the reader decide to watch the film or not to watch the film. That's what we have to do when we are writing a film review. These are the steps. Here is an example of a film review of the kind that you are going to write later on. Here is a code on the screen. On the right-hand side of the screen there is a code. You can scan the code and you will get the text. I will read the text for all of you who cannot read it now. While we are reading, we will pay attention that this text has these parts in it: the introduction, the plot, a few information which are beyond the plot, the writer's opinion, and the ending. While you are reading, pay attention where these parts begin and where they finish, and how they are connected, how the text goes from the beginning until the end. Introduction, plot, beyond the plot, opinion, ending. Let's hear. If you are a fan of animated films, this comedy about a young girl named Riley is the right choice for you. When Riley's parents, Diane Lane and Kyle MacLachlan, decide to move from Minnesota to San Francisco, she feels frustrated. Personified emotions of joy, Amy Peller; sadness, Phyllis Smith; anger, Louis Black; fear, Bill Hader; and disgust, Mindy Kaling, try to navigate her life. They are in constant conflict. The film picked up 2 Oscar nominations, the Best Animated Feature and the Best Original Screenplay. It is considered one of Pixar's best films. Inside Out makes you think about how to cope with big changes in your life, and it's very funny at the same time. I would recommend it to people who believe that there is no magic cure that makes pain go away, but love, patience, and a good laugh help. I hope you've managed to find where the introduction, the plot part, beyond the plot part, the opinion of the writer, and the ending are in this text. Let's check if you've guessed right. Here is the text of the same film review once again. Now you can see it written. The first part, the first paragraph, is the background information, the title of the film, Inside Out, star rating, genre, director. Let's check. If you are a fan of animated films, this comedy about a young girl named Riley is the right choice for you. That's the introduction. With Riley's parents, now we are telling some bits of the plot. The film picked up 2 Oscar nominations. That's beyond the plot, something interesting about the film. Inside Out makes you think about how that's the writer's opinion. I would recommend it to people. That's the writer's recommendation, which is the ending of this film review. Here are some writing tips that will help you write your film review. You will start with the background information. You will write the title of the film, the stars, the genre, the director. You can decide to add some more information about the film. Then you will write the introduction. Here are 2 ideas how to start your writing. If you're a fan of, you start with the genre, or if you're into the topic that film deals with, or you can think of your own beginning of the review. The important thing is that you involve your reader, that you make the beginning sound interesting. Then you have to decide how much you are going to disclose of the story from the film. You don't have to spoil. You don't want to spoil the film for your friend, but you need to say something about what happens in the film. So a sentence or 2 about the plot, the story. Then you will write some more interesting information, like about somebody's brilliant performance, maybe the main actor or actress, about the special effects in the film, or music, or something interesting about the film that you think will help your friend decide whether to see the film or not. Then you go on and write what you think about the film. You can start with the thing I liked or I enjoyed, and then the recommendation part. I would recommend the film. That can be your last sentence in the review. It's time to write. Your task is to choose a film. You can use the writing tips to help you write your review. You can use some useful expressions from this lesson. Remember to write between 80 to 100 words, and don't forget to share your review with your teacher and your classmates. This rubric will help you with your writing. My advice is to read carefully this rubric before you start writing and come back to it after you finish your first draft. You will see in this rubric that the important things in this writing is that you are writing about the topic of film and that you organize your text as instructed in this lesson, that you pay attention to the grammar and to the vocabulary while writing. So if you have written the text that fully corresponds to the agreed topic of the film review, and you have all the elements, which means the background information, the introduction, a sentence or 2 about the plot, a sentence or 2 about what is beyond the plot in that film, your opinion and the recommendation. If your text consists of well-connected, correct, complete sentences, and the present simple and the past simple verbs are all correct, and if you have written about the film using 5 or more new words from this lesson, you've done well. If you don't find your writing as corresponding with the description in the first column, you may want to go back to writing and correct some parts and make it better. That is the end of today's lesson. I hope you have enjoyed learning how to write a film review and that you will write your film review and share it with your classmates and your teacher. Goodbye until our next lesson.